In this tutorial, I'm going to look at calculated fields and how you can use queries to calculate values for you. Now, a lot of people don't do this in Access. They kind of rely on Excel for calculating values, but you can do it in Access and you can do it by using a query. Now, what I'm going to do in this tutorial is look at my stock and work out how much tax is payable on my stock. Now, first of all, to show what I've done to my stock table, if I go into design, I've added a new field and changed the field here. I've added the field tax rate, and I've used a lookup wizard where I've just put some numerical values in: 0.05 5%, 0.1 for 1%, and 0.15 for 15% tax. And I've changed the price field here to tax free. Now what I'm going to do is use a query to work out how much tax is payable on each CD by using the tax rate and the price of the CD. Right, how do I do this? Well, first of all, I go to queries and then new and design view, and I add the stock table. I take all my fields and I dump them in there, and I'm going to shrink these down so it gives me a bit more room. I don't need the band name or the CD name or the CD number. What's important here is the tax rate, the price. I'm going to add a new column here, and I'm going to call it tax payable. Now what I need to do here is type in tax payable and put a colon in, because this is a field that doesn't exist yet. I'm defining this new field by using the colon there. And all I need to do now is make sure the field is displayed. Oops, I've got to finish typing my query before I can tick this box. And the syntax is tax payable is square brackets tax rate times, didn't need a space, price, again in square brackets, tax free. And what I'll do is multiply tax rate by price tax free. Now I want to display that field, so I tick that box. And if I run the query now, you can see I've made a mistake here. I haven't closed the bracket at the end of the free, so the two field names weren't the same. I'd left out the bracket here, so I'll leave that in because it's quite useful to know. I'll run that again, and you can see now tax rate 0.5, price tax free, tax payable 0.6, which is 60 cents or pence, wherever you come from. Now what I'm going to do is add a new field here, which will just add the price and the tax payable to give me a final price. So I'll go back into my query and I'll just shrink this down again, and I'll move across here, and add a new column again, and all I'm going to do is add the price and the tax payable. I'm going to call this final price, put a colon on it, and in here, oops, a little bit too big, but never mind, I'm going to put in square brackets price tax free, close brackets, plus, and the name of this field was tax payable. So in here I put square brackets tax payable, and this will add the price tax free and the tax payable. So if I run this query now, you can see it's all worked quite well. The tax rate and the price give me the tax payable, and then the final calculated query gives me the final price, which is £12.60, which adds these on. So a little look at that query to finish now. The tax payable was tax rate times the price tax free. Make sure you get the square brackets and the field names exactly the same, like I didn't. And the final price is the tax free price plus the tax payable. And that's a little calculated field that you can use. Now you haven't got to use fields, you can actually type in numerical values. So say I wanted to just put a flat tax rate in here, I could just type in, 0.1 times whatever. But for this example, I've used the names of the fields. And pretty much that's it for this tutorial. That's how I calculate tax using a query. I'll just save it, call it query tax. I can build a form or whatever out of this, and that's it, we're done.